You will be able to see a concert from Garth Brooks very close to Mississippi. It's going to happen September 2nd at the Superdome, uh, which is in New Orleans, very close. It is all part of the Sugar Bowl Country Kickoff, and that is a special concert September 2nd to celebrate the beginning of college football season. Now, tickets go on sale tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. That's Friday at 10 o'clock at Ticketmaster. No trick here. The tickets are all $98.95, and that includes all the fees. Garth Brooks is here to talk about that concert, how he got involved, and what he thinks about the performers who are going to be with him. He's the headliner, of course, with that big 360-degree stage that he always uses in stadiums, but he's got a couple of special guests that you might want to know about, too, for this one. Well, I got to wonder, how'd you get roped into this? Or maybe I shouldn't say roped because this might be your idea, or might have been your idea.
No, but I thought we were done with stadiums. I really did. And stadiums are fun. They're just a lot of work for the band and crew, weather, all this stuff. And then we're playing Caesar's Palace out in Vegas, and they say, hey, we have the Superdome, and we have a what we're calling the country kickoff, and we want it to be an annual thing. I don't know if you want to do the first year. I said, Superdome? Hell yeah. You get to play Yankee Stadium, you get to play Central Park. Superdome, when they call for that, you say yes. This is going to be fun. And come on, in that area, that's a guaranteed good time. And those people are crazy.
Well, I've heard big stories about, every time the Saints win, how New Orleans just goes nuts. So it's liable to be a pretty good party with Garth Brooks, Lainey Wilson, and Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, which that kind of leads me to the next question because in the press release, you say that you are honored to be playing with two legends, legend Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and then future legend Lainey Wilson. And she is quite popular here in Mississippi. She's got even, two big concerts coming up here post Superdome with you. So what did you think about her when you first heard her, and how'd she get involved in this?
Well, when you first hear her, she reminds you of a young Dolly, right? And so you're sitting there going, well, there's only one Dolly. And then when you meet her, oh my gosh, she's a sweetheart. And I don't know where she keeps her batteries, but they're fully charged, man. She's excited, and it's so good to see that in country music. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. I don't know how much Miss Wilson's ever played on a 360 stage. So this is always fun as an entertainer who lives on a 360 stage to watch somebody and see how they take to it. I have a feeling that she's going to be just fine. She'll be at home.
Now, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, you've always had kind of an affinity for 60s and 70s music. I mean, you performed with Don McLean, you did a Bob Dylan cover. What is it about the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band? I think a lot of people know them for their cover of Jerry Jeff Walker's Mr. Bojangles, but they've done a lot more than that, and they have earned that status as legend.
Yeah, most definitely. So Bojangles was more of a pop kind of hit when I was a baby, and then what they did was they went over to country in the mid '80s, which was where I was just starting to play music. So I played every one of their songs when I was playing in college, and when I got out, and we still do some of their stuff live on our show. We won't that night, of course, but love those guys, and they just continue to be the standard for music because they are what is live in our business. You can't have enough of that for me because that's where I live is live.
Now, I want to talk about that 360 stage because I have not yet had the pleasure of going to one of your concerts, but I see all this video and I see these pictures, and I remember the one you did in Notre Dame, seeing this kind of a stark picture of you out in the middle of this gigantic sea of people. I mean, this must be an incredible feeling to be playing just in the middle of this I don't know what you call it. Maybe you can give me a word for it.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. I think it's a sea of people, and it's so much fun because they sing along. So what you're doing is you're walking among the voices, and man, they are everywhere and they sing. So that 360 allows you to simply be the center while everything around you just sings. And I'm not a guy that believes in stars lining up or pyramids, but I'm going to tell you this right now. There is something when everyone in the room is focused on you, ooh, man, there's a power there, and I don't know what it is, but I sure like it when we're all kind of on the same page. I mean, we're so divided right now. To see us in one room, all on the same page, singing with our arms around other people, they're singing "Friends in Low Places" in the river, and in real life, these two people might not, might not get along, but when music comes along, it bonds us. No, I like that.
I do have to ask one more question because we're talking about college football here, and just in the off chance that you've got one, do you have a favorite between Mississippi State and Ole Miss? Because I got to ask that for the Mississippi folks.
No, I'm an Oklahoma State Cowboy. And man, if you're an
Thought
Oklahoma
so.
State Cowboy, you were always the underdog, and you don't pick anybody. I will say, just for our band Road and Crew, the guy that road manages, the guy that rode Beaches of Cheyenne, does all that is Big Brian Kennedy. He was outside linebacker for Ole Miss, so we always can't find him on Saturday when we want to go do something during the day because he's watching Ole Miss. So it's just it's good. You got a favorite?
I went to a third party, so I always stay neutral too.
Uh, Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right.
All right.
Garth Brooks, thank you so much for taking the time, sir.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed myself.
All right. Tickets tomorrow, 10 o'clock. That is when they go on sale. You can get them at Ticketmaster.com/Garth Brooks. $98.95. That includes everything you've been hearing about these complaints about Ticketmaster and people going on there to buy tickets, and when you finish, you're paying 30% more than you thought you would. Not so with these tickets. Everything is priced right up front. So this is September 2nd at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, part of the Sugar Bowl Country Kickoff. This is the very first one. They hope to make it an annual event.